guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to Happy-Ness Colours Kerby Rosanes. Just thought I'd pop on. The years have not been around much and I can't apologise enough. All this illness, what's going around the family with the grandchildren and that, you know, just trying to get something in quick while I can, filming now. So just thought I'd come on, like I say, and do some working on a page that I'm working on at the moment. So as you can see, it's in Geomorphia, and the page I'm working on is the Whirlpool page. Now, I've really enjoyed doing this. I did, as a lot of people have probably already seen, the Colour Along by Claire Holloway. Absolutely fantastic. I don't think anybody could, you know, recreate a video what's as gorgeous as that. Yeah, I did look at a video and I have sectioned it off like she said, like she did, and then I've just done my own thing about it. So I'm halfway through this bit, it's a little bit completed. I'm umming and ahhing about what to do about the jellyfish legs. I'll go through everything with you, what I've done, and I'll show you while I complete this little bit. And then what I'll do is we'll do the work on the jellyfish, and we'll do it in sections like I usually do. On this page I've been using the Arteza pencils. I did do a coat of blue acrylic paint watered down on the background because I did start the page and didn't like it at all. So I started with fresh colours, and like I say, I have liked it. I've added other mediums on there, so we'll do it. So I am using Arteza pencils. I then, for the colouring of the jellyfish, I did start doing them in pencil, but then I've just started using Ohu markers, and we'll go through those colours. Okay, so I'm just going to turn my page round. So that's how it looks at the moment. As you can see, this little bit here is completed, with the white I just need to follow it round, but I will do it in stages, and hopefully by the end of this evening this whole page will have been completed. Then I've got a few days, I think, don't even know what today's date is, but this is on my second page for this month, so it'll only be 2 pages I think in my completed pages, unless I can get a lot of work done in the next few days on my dragon page, but we'll go for this page for now. So just turn it round. So in Claire's video, she showed, because I would never have thought of it myself, there's lines like going through, like you can see the line. I have gone over it with pencil just to, you know, show myself that it is a guide. But before, let me just show you, let me just get my another copy. I've got another copy of this page. It is in Geomorphia. Let me just find it. Hopefully I won't take too long. Come on, come on, come on, where are you? Just bear with me a second and I can show you on a blank one. Like I say, it's always the way. Look, this is just a spare copy I have, so I know what, I've got it here. Just bear with me a second. Yeah, I remember now, I took it out from the spare copy. Excuse the staining on there. So as the picture shows, like I say, you have, I'll bring it up a little bit closer to you, I hope you can see it that way. I mapped it out first where I wanted my sections to be, and you can just see like black lines, you know, like these lines here. So that's splitting up the section from this black line here. And if you just look at it, you will see it yourself. We might all see it different. It doesn't matter. Like there's one there, there's a line, and then there's another line coming round there, and same down here as well. As you can see the line, you just see certain sections and then just do them in the 3 colours, or you know, you can just do it in 2 or do it all in the same shade. It's entirely up to yourselves what you do. But what I've done is Claire did it with Prisma pencils, I think, and she chose her 3 colours, and I've chose mine from the Arteza. So the pencils I've used for, I've got like 3, like I've got very dark blue, an aqua and a light blue section, and then I've just repeated it as I've wanted to try and get so that this here, it won't be blue next to it, and that one's not going to be aqua next to it. So I thought if I do the light blue there, the dark blue in the middle, and then the aqua here, that's 3 stages, and I can show you all the pencils. I hope that's a good view for you. I hope you can see it. So I'm going to work on this first section here and show you how I did this. Obviously I've coloured these little Kerby doodles in a yellow just to make them stand out, so I will carry on doing that throughout the page as well, and we'll do things. But what I did do as well is I did colour the water first and then colour it, you know, round the jellyfish, and then just go over the jellyfish the best I can. I've still got something else to think about for the legs, but we'll sort that out as it comes. So I'm just trying to think now which is which. I can't remember. That would have been the green pencils, I think. Yeah, see what I mean? I get myself all confused now. So that would have been that section, so we'll use these ones first. So for my darkest colour in what I call the blue section in the Art Caesar is the Prussian blue, which is 513. Then my next dark, no, that's black, sorry. Then my next colour was a sapphire blue, 505, and then my lightest colour is periwinkle blue, which is 502. So what I did is, let me just move my other pencils over. So I'm just going to work on this area here where I've marked, and it'll just work into the section there. Now using the black, I used the black to start off the darkest areas. So obviously where Kerby's lines are, where his darkest section is, I just went over. Now these are laying down differently than it would on usual paper because I've got an acrylic background, so there's a lot more tooth in there. So obviously, you know, if you're looking and you're thinking, oh, they're going down real hard, it's because I've got an extra tooth on the page. So obviously there's a little bit there, so I've just done a bit at each end, and I'll move it out in a minute. So first of all, as I'm working down my section, looking where I'm going, and there's some here. So again, I'm just going where Kerby's darkest lines are in that section, and again here above jellyfish. I do hope I'm zoomed in far enough. Let me see if I can get you in a little bit further. Yeah, that's better. You can see what I'm doing. So we'll move it around here. I'll keep checking to make sure I'm on. So we're working on this section, so I've gone here, and then these lines, what you can see here, I'll go over in the white. So what I did do originally is I just put a little dark shade round them, so when I put the white on, it did stand out a little bit more, but you don't have to do that, it's just something I did. Again, we've got the colour here, so we've got a darker shade there, so I'll bring that up and that will mix in to the other one. We've got the darker lines coming here. Again, we've got some more shaded area, so just do that lightly in black, just so it gives a little bit more depth to the colours as they're coming along. And then I just went along the mark lines. Again, just a little bit there, and I'm only using this lightly, this black. I'm not going in, you know, at the hardest I can do. I'm just going in because I just want to make those areas just that little bit darker when I come to use my darkest colour for this section. Again, we've got the line coming through. I'm just looking for Kerby's lines at the moment. This is a very, very tricky page. I've loved this page for so long, but I've never felt confident enough to colour it because it is so busy. Claire's video, you know, I would recommend, you know, anybody who, you know, to watch her video as well, because I did, to get the confidence. And then when I watch a video from obviously other colourists, even now I'm learning different things. Each video someone brings out, I'll watch it. If it's Karen, My Colourful Country Life, Debbie from Colour Me Stress Free, Kirsty, Colour with Kirsty, or Kay, Colouring with Kay. I learn so much still to this day. You know, I have only been colouring coming up to my 2nd year, so I'm nowhere near, you know, as good as a lot of other people out there, but I do appreciate you guys watching my videos, so I can show you my love for Kerby books, and obviously, you know, you may pick tips up from me, who knows, but I'm not doing my videos as a this is the way you've got to colour it. Just bear with me 1 second. Dougie's trying to grab some nappies. Stop it. I'm back. So what I'm going to do now is going to go in with my darkest blue for this section, which I said earlier is the Prussian Blue 153. Hope you can see it there. And what we'll do is we'll start from this angle here. So what I'll do is I'm only going up to here. That's the section what I'm going to be colouring. This bit here. It's not this bit here. So that's my line for there. So what I do is I come in here and I just extend that black, just coming over, just following the shape of the Kerby, and just bring it out a little bit on either side. And then as it's coming down where we've got the dark lines again, I just work on them. And then around the jellyfish you're going to get a little bit of extra shading. So in between, this is where it gets tricky, because you're looking for the shading in between each jellyfish as well. So you need to try and figure out where the water would be and what's jellyfish leg. And it does get tricky, believe you me. You do really need to have your mind on it. Its legs, so I'm just going to say, oh, that's water. It does get, you know, it's up to you, it's your page, so there's no right or wrong way. You know, you can go over all the jellyfish if you like and blank them all out with your colouring. You know, blank all Kerby's lines out if you wanted to, and just have the world page on its own. It's entirely up to you. So all I'm just doing is just working on that little area there where the shaded bits would be. Then again, we've got a little bit here, so I'll just bring that out. I'm going over all the white lines and things like that because I am going over with a white acrylic pen. So I'll bring that out and I'll just bring that into that other colour, just blending it into the next line. So again, I'd have a little bit of shading underneath that foot there. And again, just bringing that blue out very slightly, keeping onto this side of where my line is. And again, I just personally just went round and did a little bit of shading in between each jellyfish and just bringing it out a little bit. Like that. So how are all you guys doing? I hope everyone's well. We're all doing fine, everything's good. I've got Jay staying with me this week. Like I say, he's been poorly come night, but we did have a really good day yesterday. We went to a local park near me, Clifton Country Park it's called, and it's absolutely beautiful place. You can feed the ducks and stuff like that. And Katie and Jack came with me with their little boy Brody, which is my youngest grandson. And I've been a bit obsessed since Brody was born about getting him and Jason a double buggy, because obviously I had twins myself with Chloe and Katie, their mums. So it just brought a lot of memories back from me pushing a double buggy. Anyway, we got the double buggy out yesterday, so I got my photograph of me being a proud nana pushing both my boys, and it was just a beautiful day. Just a shame Jace was poorly. We went and fed the ducks, and Jace wanted to get in and have a bath with them, which obviously, you know, in the big country park, stuff like that, it was just so funny him coming out with it. So all I'm doing, like I say, is I'm just extending these where I put the black, just bringing it out that little bit further on all the sections. So once we'd fed the ducks, we decided to have a walk round, and it was amazing because it walks off. I think because obviously we was chatting, there's loads of benches where you can sit down and relax and have a chat, and it was just nice seeing other people and everyone saying hello and stopping and chatting. And Dougie just thought he was in heaven because it's just like all, you know, like being in the woods kind of thing. You know, you've got all the trees and all the wildlife around you, and then you've got the river, the River Whirlpool, what runs through there. And that's like as you're walking round the pond, you know, you're following the river, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And we'd walk round the pond. I think it took us about an hour maybe, obviously because I had to keep stopping and having rests. And there were some people, they were on the third and fourth lap of the walking round the pond, but it was quite funny. We all started laughing about it in the end because we were still on our first one. And you know, you've got like elderly people there, like I say, you know, that's just their daily thing. They're just daily, let's just nip out and have a quick walk. Not like me, it was an adventure. So that was really, really nice anyway. So we had a really good day yesterday, so that's why I didn't do no filming yesterday, because obviously we went out unexpectedly. And then now I'm having Jace for a few days while his mum gets over this cold, because it's really knocked her off her feet, bless her. So Jace isn't well, and he likes to come to his nanny when he's poorly. He's a nanny's boy, so he likes to come and stay with me, which I don't mind at all, as long as I don't catch it. But I'm going to catch it, answer, but it won't put me off. I just hope it doesn't knock me back like the chest infection did. But if it does, I'm still going to come on and film, even if I have to do sign language, put writing up or something like that. I'm determined to start getting these videos out each week, because I have all the plans for it. It's all set up, and something always turns up, and I need to start saying no a little bit to people, I think, and start doing what I do and what I want. You know, I have planned, I want, you know, to take my channel seriously. I don't want it just to be there for when I've got nothing else to do, and that's what I feel like it's been this month. So I do apologise for that. It's just been ill health again, just like it was when I first set up my channel. I set it all up and then I got took quite poorly, so we can't help these things, can we? So there we go. Anyway, that's the darkest colour put down. So like I say, I've gone round most of the jellyfish and just put that little bit of extra shading in to hopefully help it stand out a little bit more when we come to use the other colours. And if you colour over the jellyfish legs, well, you know, it's like trying to, now it's like there, that's a leg. Some of them don't, you know, you just, is it a leg, is it water, is it, but you just do it as you want to. It's your page. So that's what we do. So going into the second colour now. Okay, I've been in frame with all that bit. So I've just worked myself, and then what I'll do is go back to the beginning again. And then obviously this is the second colour, apart from the black. Just bear with me a second. Dougie, stop it. Oh, yeah, play with that. It's one of them, just give him anything to play with to keep him quiet. So this is my second colour, and it's sapphire blue, which is 505. Just bear with me a second, guys. Let me just give him an empty box, and hopefully he'll go. Right, so second colour, sapphire blue, 505. Let's go. So go into here, I'm going to bring that out, that colour out, just that touch more, leaving a little bit of colour, obviously for our lightest colour. We'll come round and just go over the black and the previous blue, just bringing it out that touch more. I do circular over it, like I say, just bringing it out. See, this is what what I've found when I'm coming back over, I see little spaces, but you're still using a darker blue, so this one as well, you can blend into that green there, so they blend in together, so it just doesn't look like you've gone from one to the other straight away. We'll just bring it out. Jellyfish or water leg, come down there, that's the leg, water. This is what this is what you've got. It's like one of them impossible jigsaws, but it'll look good when it's done. I did actually almost give up on this page the other day. I was so close. It just hasn't turned out as I had in mind. And I was so close, and it was one of my really good friends off Instagram, and we chat a lot and we message each other quite a lot, and I sent it to her and said, what do you think? And she just said, it's brilliant, keep going, don't give up on it, you know, just keep going. And I'm glad I did, really, because I have, you know, changed my mind on it again. It's not what I expected, it's not how I had in mind, nothing at all, but pages always turn round in the end. We always get a result, might not be the result we like, we exactly wanted, but it's still a completed Kerby page. And as I've gone so far on the other side, I am, you know, quite liking how it's coming out, and using different mediums on the page as well is always exciting. So that's a wave. So we'll just go around this little dude here. I don't know what he is, but we'll go around him. Then bringing the shadow out just a little bit between that little fella there as well. And then right to the end of the page. And again, this is why I like having my books bound, because I can actually get, just by moving that over a little bit, I can get to the very edge of the page. And plus the book lies flat as well, so you don't have to be moving a big book round, you know, like the full length of the book. I'll just go around this one here a little bit with a lighter colour shadow. And around this, he really made me laugh, this one. It's only because of this one that I was actually going to colour over them all the extra little doodles, but he just made me laugh. So then we start again back now with the lightest colour and periwinkle blue 502. So start from this end, and then what I did do is I just go over all them colours within that section and just go over them all, working that section into that section. With these colours as well, obviously, you know, they do blend into the colour up next to it, so it's quite easy to, I just want to fill this out a little bit. I decided I just want to bring that to there, so I'll just use a darker blue there. So I just go over with this lightest colour and just scrumble them all into one, really. It doesn't matter if you, like I say, go onto the octopus legs, they are quite hard to, you know, they are very thin, wibbly wobbly legs. So if you do colour over them, it doesn't really matter, because if you're going to do colour, you know, things like me, I am using like the acrylic paint markers for the octopus, just to add a little bit of something, and then going over the top, so you can, you know, easily go over. Basically what I'm saying is, if you go over the bait, or if you go over the legs, it doesn't matter, because you're going to be covering them with coloured Posca, or, you know, your chosen brand of paint markers. I particularly like the Arteza ones originally, but they've run out now, the majority of them, and the colours that I had left weren't ones that I'd usually use, and they were very, very dark, so my daughter uses them for her creations. Now this, I'm just going to go over this little bit here because I'm not too sure. Like I say, using your acrylic pen, you can bring the legs in as where you want. Bring it into that border there. So I'm blending these two together at the same time as going over the previous colours, because this is where there's no shading at all. Work it into that page there, then we can bring it to the very edge of the page. Hope you can see that the way it's blending there, the way it just all goes into each other. It's what I love about these Arteza pencils. They're so good at blending. I'd have these over Prismas any day. The Prismas are too soft for me personally. Obviously I do like my Faber-Castell, but if I hadn't been in the position to purchase them, I've always been more than happy with my Arteza pencils. More than happy, you get some fantastic results. So again, just get to the very bottom of the page, blend that in. So that's that section done, really. So what I'll do is, excuse me, I'll do the next two sections with you so you can see the colours that I'm using. So I want this colour here to be the what's that one? So I need this one to go here. It should be that one. So this, sorry about this, get myself all confused again. So I'm going to use the indigo one. So let me just find my, that's not the indigo one. This is the indigo one. Okay, so this section I'm going to be using, again, Arteza Indigo 512 is the darkest colour, Sea Blue 508, and then is the lightest Deep Teal 510. Okay, so this is going to be this middle section here. Got something on the page there. So again, just exactly as we did before, using black. Just bear with me 1 second, let me just have a quick drink. There we go. And a quick drink there. So we're starting from here now. So this is going to be this section, following it round where I've marked, done my markings to the outer, like, let me just see. Yeah, it's this line we're following round. Yeah, got myself all confused then. So it is this line here. So what we'll do is bring the black in, and then again my Kerby lines, and I'm just doing very, very light black just over Kerby's markings where he's put his, where his shadow, he suggests, you know, like the shadow should be, kind of thing. Here, dark there, again. You can have these sections as well, as wide or as thin as you like. You know, that's that section, sorry. This is why I would grid it out first if you know, just in your own mind, so you know where you're going to be going next with your shade. You don't want to go too far over and have a massive section and then have a really small section for your next one. It's your page, like I keep saying. And that's shading for the inside of the octopus, like that bit there. Some of the sections you get, you know, a little bit of shading on, sometimes you don't get quite as much. And that's like an eel there, but I'm just going to come over that as if it's not there. Just put it in as a little wave to try and cover it. There are quite a few different see, this is what I mean about getting myself confused. I've got myself confused now where I'm up to. So I'm following this line, aren't I? Yeah, so that one, I'm going to mark this out here so I know where I'm going. That's that. That line going to be, that section going to be too thick then, isn't it? Oh, right. This is what I mean about winging it. We're winging it on this one. It does take a long time and you do need a lot of concentration on this page as well, guys. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's a bit like the sword page ended up. I have really enjoyed it. But like I say, we're not feeling too good as well. And when you've got a page what needs a lot of concentration, it does tend to get you in the end. Right, so for this section, I don't know if I've already just gone through these. We're going to start with the indigo first of all. The indigo first of all, 512. Okay, and we'll start at the beginning again. So all I'm going to do again is just go over Kerby's black line. My black line. And just bring it out, mainly doing the shading around the little octopuses. Trying to get in between the legs and just bring that indigo out a little bit. Bring it around here. I've seen so many brilliant pages what have been done this month as well, and again catching up with my social media, I've done really bad this month, so all I can do is apologise to, you know, people on Facebook and Instagram, and for me replying to, you know, people who've completed pages. I've not got back to everybody yet, but I will do in everyone's pages. If you've completed a page for this month for Kerby challenge, which is hashtag Kerby first loves on Instagram, or if you want to join, come and join the Facebook group, which is brilliant. It's just solely about Kerby's colourings. Everyone does, you know, colourings, and there's other there's a scavenger hunt on there what Jane does, where you know, she gives clues and cryptic clues like that, and it's really good the way she does it. Actually, a lot of imagination goes into it. It must take her a long time, and she gives you clues and twists, you know, little tales and stuff, clues, and you have to try and find the Kerby page that you think she's related, you know, like it relates to, and colour that page. And so that's the scavenger hunt we have going. And then also we have the monthly scene challenge. Now here's a card. I'm not going to colour that, so I'm just going to go over that. So I'll just use that and then come around here to do this jellyfish. So that's on Facebook, sorry, which is Fantasy Worlds of Kerby Rosanes colouring books. So if you want to come along and, you know, and join us on Facebook, we'd be really honoured. It's a lovely group of ladies, and everyone's, when we complete a page, we have a folder from which colouring book that picture's from, and we put it in there. So if you're looking for a bit of inspiration on a certain page, say in Worlds Within Worlds, just go in that folder and you'll see so many fantastic completed pages. And you know, you may get a bit of inspiration from someone else's page. It may just spark something, and you know, you can use that as a guidance, as inspiration for the page you're actually working on. So it's really good. I love looking through everyone's completed pages. And I have, you know, seen some marvellous ones and really, you know, inspired by people. So coming over to the Facebook, if you don't have Instagram or you can't join us on there, and there is a folder on there as well for this month's challenge, Kerby First Loves challenge. So you can, you know, pop your picture on there, and again at the end of the month I'd take a picture of everyone's completed pages and add them into my video. So it turns out the videos are getting longer because obviously a lot more people are joining in, and I'm just over the moon with how well it's been. You know, how many people are joining in, and they're all from all over the world. And when I'm putting my videos together, like last month, there was like over 70 people had you know, completed pages from all over the world. And it's just amazing to know that, you know, my challenges are being, you know, enjoyed, and that's what I wanted for it to happen. Now you can see I've gone a bit off skew here because I was tending to follow that line, so we'll just work backwards a little bit. And all I'm doing is where I put my shading before, colour that little dude in, because I'll put him in yellow when I come to colour it. All I'm doing is just bringing them black lines out with the indigo. These octopus are really easier to figure out because the legs are just like, you know, just strips, but the ones where they have all these like frilly pants on, as I call them, get quite intricate when you're trying to figure out what's what and where, who goes, you know, what's leg or what's water. Gets a bit difficult, but like I say, if it gets too much, just colour them over them all and just do them as thin legs as I've done on a few of the octopus as mine, and you'll see when I come to do the octopus shortly, you'll see how I do them. So going back in with the second colour. I hope this is, it's a bit monotonous, this is why I didn't do it as a you know, a whole page colour on, because they just take hours. So all I'm doing is now coming in with the next colour, just bringing it out. Remember to leave some room for the lightest colour. I'm going to go for this little chap as well here. These are the ones where I was saying a minute ago, like he looks like he's got frilly pants on. If you because these, like you can see the legs coming down here, and then you've got these really intricate ones here where they're all different little pieces. I've just tried to do them as like all the legs the same without having the frilly pants on, if you get me, because it just got too complicated for me, and because I'm using other mediums on the page as well, I didn't think it really needed that so much intricate detailing. But like I say, Claire Holloway's video is absolutely superb, so please go pop over and see her video for a more in-depth on how, you know, she created her page. And then hers is just all done in pencil, it's not mixed media one like this one. So, but I will be doing this page again, like I say, in the colour Morphia, it is in that book as well. So I will be doing this, and next time I will be doing it just all in pencil. I'll probably use me Faber made polychromos for that one, so that will come, who knows when we'll recolour it, but we'll recolour it at some stage in the future. We've got lots of pages to colour, and I think it's good as well. I've seen on Debbie Colour Me Stress Free, where no, a few other pages actually, where they've recoloured a page after a couple of years, and looked at the two to see how much their colourings come on, and it is brilliant. I want to do the Dragon Eye page, as I said, because that is my all-time favourite page of Kerby. So I'm hoping to get this page 90% completed today. Obviously I'm going to have to let it dry, because I do use, you know, mixed media on the page, so it's going to need some drying time, and then I complete it tomorrow. And then what I'll do is, when I come to that stage, I'll just add a photograph of my completed page, because if you know, sitting and adding the white to this page is going to take a long time. So I'm doing, just with the lightest colour, I'm just going over again and just blending all those colours together. So this is just me showing you how I would, not how I would, because I'm doing it now, how I've completed this page. And having the acrylic background wash over it is really amazing me, actually. The tooth, what's on this page now, as I'm colouring, as I'm blending, the colours are just blending together perfectly. They're just brilliant. I don't know if it's because of that acrylic background, or, but you can hear it, you can hear the difference of the page, because it gives it a bit more grit or something on it. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm not really an expert in that kind of thing, but you can tell a big difference. So I'm just blending this colour, what is it, the deep teal again, sorry, just blending the deep teal into that previous colour so they blend together. So I'll just finish this one, and then I'll show you, I'll start the last round with you. I don't think you need to watch me do it all the way through, like I'm doing now. I'll do the next part, you know, this section. I'll start it here, show you the colours I've got for that section, just in case you're interested in using similar colours. You know, if you're not too sure of colour combos, these are just pencils I just pick up. I just usually do it by eye and then try them on a piece of paper and see if I like it. But they do blend together so nicely. Just going over the top and bringing the green out. again, just bring it to the very edge of the page. There we go. So okay, so we'll do this part now with you. So that's my second lot. Now the third, which is the most aqua one, if that's the word. I've got sage green as my darkest, which is 615, and then I've got ocean blue, which is 504, turquoise, which is 604, yep, turquoise, and then I've got robin egg blue, which is 503. So again, we'll just do the same and we'll start with my darkest colour, which is the sage green, and we'll just go into the darkest lines first there, just to get that down. And then obviously we'll come into the, I was doing it before in black, I'll just keep this one. I can always go over the edge, show you what it's like if you don't add, you know, the black. You can tell on these ones I didn't add the black because I couldn't find it, but I will go over and add it in when I'm doing my more shading in other places. So my darkest colour onto where Kerby's added his guidance. And don't forget we are doing this section now, so this is the very last section. I'll bring that into there. I've added a bit of the previous, just where I've not quite blended it together there. It's been quite a nice day today. I hope it's been nice where you guys are. Let me know what the weather's like. Are you in your summer or are you still in the winter? It's been a bit nippy. We still need a coat and it's nippy outside, but we're supposed to have a drop in temperatures tonight. It's supposed to go really cold, so the heating will be going on in a little while when Jace comes back. He's at his great grandma's at the moment with Katie, Jack and Brody. Katie's going to bring him back up in a little while, just to give me a little, you know, a couple of hours rain, to give him a break really as well, get him out in his fresh air. And he goes to see his great grandma once a week, so that's nice. She loves having the boys there. She makes the right fuss of them, as those nanas make fuss of him, but I think great grandmas have the bonus over on nanas. They can but spoil them even more, so he likes going there. So she's going to bring him back on the bus. That's why I said to her, right, you're having him, I'm going to go home and do some filming, because I knew I wanted to get this video out and it's my only option really to get it done now. Oh, I'll probably come on later. That's the jellyfish leg there. See where they all intertwine here, like you've got one leg coming down there, and then you've got this leg coming right from round here. It all twists and turns and it just goes into a jumble, so it is quite hard to make out what is jellyfish, like I say, and what is wave. I'll just try and concentrate and do your best. If you go over them, like I say, doesn't matter in this instance because we are going over them with acrylic paint pens, so it does make it a lot easier. So that's my darkest colour in that one. Then the second colour I'm going to use is ocean blue. So again, going over, bringing this colour into here now, and just bringing that out ever so slightly. Just going over the top, bringing it out, taking it round. I like this blend actually. This colour's gorgeous. I like this one. Ocean blue. Very nice colour. I'd have said emerald, but I don't know my shades. I'm not very good on my colour theory and colour wheel and all that lot. Fortunately, I'd like to be. Have I been off camera all that time? I hope not. I do apologise. I have to kick myself later if I am off camera a long time. I do apologise. Filming on me, back on me phone now as well, so the camera I bought, like I said, I think I mentioned last time, the camera I bought specifically for filming these videos didn't turn out the best quality. I got it off Amazon. It didn't cost hundreds, so I'm not really, it didn't even cost £100, so I'm not really, you know, to be expected, isn't it? But the iPhones, you can't beat them. I've sorted out the tripod where, you know, that I use to angle it, so hopefully that is a lot better. And if it is, this will be the usual position. Obviously I've brought you in a lot closer today because it is so, you know, fine, the detail that we're working on. So I've just brought you in that extra bit closer. Just working between these. Colours actually coming to the end of the page. Okay, so the next colour is the turquoise. I don't know where I've got this. I don't think the robin egg blue, but I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I've got it wrote down as that was part of the blend, so we'll see as we bring it out. So what I'm doing is over here now, I'm just going over and just bringing them colours together here, because obviously there's not going to be enough room there to bring the fourth colour in. I'm not too sure. I don't think I did use the periwinkle blue. I'll leave that out on this one, and we'll just have the greener section. So working here, and again, just as before, just going over, round. Usually I'd have my pencil quite sharp, but because there is acrylic, you know, like on the back of this, underneath it, there's no point, you know, you can get away with having blunt. Usually it'd always be a very sharp point, but it doesn't need to be, because it just grinds them down anyway a lot quicker. It does eat at your pencils if you use an acrylic water-based background, but it is really good because I don't know, your pencils just seem to be brighter for some reason. And the blend is so much easier to get because you've got more tooth, so you can get more layers on it that way. So we're just coming to the last section now. I did say I'd complete this bit off camera, but we're almost there now, so I might as well carry on, as they say. So then what I can show you next is how I coloured the actual jellyfish. I've done is being nice and quiet, but now he's running round headless just before I started filming, and usually he's like briding for my attention, but I think we've been out quite a bit earlier on. He's had his long walk, so he's probably catching up because he plays with Jace, or Jace plays with him rather, so much. So he's probably grateful for the break. So that, guys, is how I've coloured my wheel page. So put pencils to one side now because we don't need them anymore, and I'll show you what I've done with the jellyfish. I'm not going to show you all the jellyfish because I don't think there's any need to, so we'll just pick a couple out, you know, like they are different shaped ones. So these are my Ohuhu acrylic markers, acrylic paint markers. I think it's a set of 60 I bought off Amazon, and they're brilliant. They really are nice, the colours and everything. So what you need to do is give them a shake. Now these don't come with names, they come with numbers on the lids, but it's no point looking at them because I tried to put them all in number order and there was like 3 number 8s. So I've used the very bright yellow for all Kerby's doodles. Like this one I'll just show you. So they've all been activated because obviously I've used them. They're so easy to activate as well, and they come out and they're lovely and juicy. As soon as you put pen to paper, it just comes out and they're just divine. They really are. They're just so juicy in that. So I'll cover him up. I think that was the only one actually what I hadn't done. Yeah, because I'd done these because he had already done them, hadn't I? Yeah, so he was the only one actually. So I used the very bright yellow for that, and then all I did was to go over it, I just used a fine line, a uni pin fine line black pen, and I just went round the outside. Obviously he's got his darker fins at the back, so I'll just add them in. I can't remember if he had a smile on his face then, obviously because I've got another copy of it. He had an eye and a smile. That's all the way around, like that on that one. And then for the jellyfish themselves, like I say, I'll just do a couple of them. All the heads I've done in bright pink. You just give it a shake, and let me just, I might as well use this paper, I'm not just prime it up. Now what I did notice on the first, these around on this side, I had, sorry, around these on this side, I did go over them in pencil, and then using these over the top was quite difficult because obviously it was taking the wax up. So that's why I've just left these obviously, you know, blank, because I knew I wouldn't be you know, using it all in, not going over it in pencil first, sorry, that's what I was trying to say, that I got a bit tongue tied then. So I just used a bright pink for each of these, so I just went over, go around the outline. These pages as well in Geomorphia are all single-sided, so you know, if you guys like your alcohol markers, you know, it'd be a great page. These books are great to use alcohol markers in, because obviously, you know, if you get your bleed through, it just goes onto the back and you're not ruining another page. I personally I'm not a massive fan of alcohol market. I've got loads, don't get me wrong, like you do, you buy everything that's going, but I've never been able to use. I've got the tri-blends, the you know, like the pens where it's got the 3 colours in it. I've got them, and I can use them because obviously you've got all the 3 colours in one pen and you can't really go wrong with them. So I have got, you know, quite a few of them, but again, I just love pencil work, me really, and you know, putting extra mediums on some pages. I don't do it on all my pages, have you seen? You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but this page, like I say, it didn't really turn out how I was expecting it. Why not? Let's throw stuff at it and it'll still look brilliant by the time it's finished. You will go through that stage where we're not too sure, but thankfully I was talked into not giving it up, and I'm glad I didn't actually, because I would have come back and finished it at some stage, because obviously I want to complete all my Kerby books. So that's just basically how, let me just, so that's pacing, sorry. I'll do all the others off screen in a minute. And then what I did get is I got 2 different shades of purple, excuse me, a lighter one and a darker one. And then I just went over using the light shade, and then just went over where the legs come out, or the tentacles rather, not the legs, sorry. I do apologise. The tentacles, bring them out. You'll see as well when you're doing the legs, oh yeah, I did miss bits, and I did miss bits of water. It seems to make more sense. And when you're doing this as well, if you want the tentacle to come out and go further, bring it out and go further. It's your page, you do what you like. So in here obviously I've missed some page, you know, some spaces there of the water, but we will sort that out in a minute. Now, oops, bear with me a second.